Welcome to Leokraspas Torture Chamber. Let me give you a tour. See what you think of it. If you like it, leave some comments. If you don't like it, leave comments. Let me know what you think of it. Anything that I could possibly add to it or any changes I could make, feel free to share. Okay, here we go. So you can see I placed a lot of bones all around. Spikes with skulls. Made a graveyard over here with a coffin and a skeleton that was dug up. I like to call this Leo's judgment area. If you look right here, you'll see a cage with a guy inside of it. One of the weeping damned. Right here we have giant and massive tusk. Just adds to it, gives it a little bit of that at world Mortal Kombat feel. Lots of death, creepy. As you can see, the walls are full of blood everywhere. Right here I have Leo's throne. This is where Leo sits and makes his judgments. Determines the type of torture that each of the victims are going to receive. Another cage here. And another one here. Now right here, what I did was I created a wall using columns. Try to make it look as natural as possible by fitting it in different ways to make it look like there was little chunks taken out of the wall, as you can see. Right here, what I did was I used archways to make the tunnel in between both sides of the columns that I had made the walls with, but I stopped the archways right here just so I could place the chains and an hanging body along with some vines up here. Makes it dark, creepy, dingy. Unfortunately, I can't add anything right here. The cave layer does not allow you to do so, which is something I think they should change. Okay, going through here. This is another little torture section with a couple of Iron Maidens. As you can see, there's more columns to make a wall. I find the vines in the cave base gives it a nice creepy look with this type of theme that I'm going with. I also added some cobwebs, some spider webs, just to give it that little more of a cavey and creepy, dungy effect. Okay, bring you up here. Up here we have decapitation torture, gym sink with blood in it, butcher table, and a barrel full of guts. Right here what I did was I placed body bags together in a way so it would look like there was no heads, which I think looks pretty neat. And of course the garbage bags here is what's got the heads in it. Here's the original guillotines that they had put in for base items. This is the latest addition to the DC game with the skulls. As you can see, the size of them are quite different. This one is for little people, and I'm assuming this one's for big people. Right here we have a basic style of torture. Unfortunately, the table doesn't have any straps on it, which would look cool if they did. I think they should add straps to the tables. Or not to these tables because they're the dentist one, but I had tables with straps to them. Over here, I placed the electric chairs in the corners. They look a little dingy and dark in there, a little creepier in the corner. Now, what I did here was I got the venom bat, and I placed it over an area in the cave layer that has steam coming up through a vent. So it looks like that the acid vat is active, and the idea for it is to have somebody hung over it and allow the vapor to burn or melt the flesh and skin away from the bones of the victim. So Some more vines up there. Another cage. Before we go down, I'm going to fly up and show you what I did up here. I had it a lot of chains, um, some skulls, and orange tribal mask. You know, just to fill it out, make it feel creepy or creepier. So you see there's lots and lots and lots of chains, sorry. I also placed them specifically. Took me a long time. I wanted to get them all up there perfect. And I also placed another vine coming down through. Looks pretty neat. Okay, down here. Now here we have another Iron Maiden area with lots of bodies. You can never have too many bodies in a torture chamber. Through here, the idea for this was to create sort of like a mummified style torture where you would smother them to death. It's pretty cool because it's like having you pin them to the ceiling, mummify them, blood rushes to their head, and they slowly suffocate that way. And then once that's done, you take them down. As you can see, the idea for that, for having the mummified bodies on the floor was to show that it's these guys taken down. And then there's one here on the table. That's the guy that's ready to be unwrapped. You can see I made a lot of hallways in here. Try to give it a bit of that labyrinth kind of feel and to fill the base out more. In the middle here I made sort of a jail with two victims in there hugging each other. They're called the Clutching Damned. You'll find them in the broker. I think they were a part of the survival mission. I only find these guys in the broker now. Okay, let me bring you downstairs. This is my favorite part of the base. Now down here, what we have is Walls of the Damned. But if you look to the side here, you see all the hands come out of the wall. It's really cool, really creepy. I like this addition to the base. Unfortunately, you got to put them on the floor. You can't attach them to the wall. I was hoping when that base item came out that you would be able to attach them to the wall so you could raise them up in the air and fill out an entire wall with these guys, touching them side by side. But unfortunately, you can't do that. I hope that's something they think of doing if they had more wall dams. Actually, I had ones that you had actually attached to the wall and not placed on the floor. As you can see, there's a lot of bone piles. Lots of lava. Right here I have what you call a spire to make it look like sort of a claw coming out of the lava kind of thing. Right here I have a demonic sconce. Looks like something that you'd see some kind of demonic beetles or bugs start crawling out of it. More spikes with skulls on them everywhere. Once again, heads to the creepiness. These guys right here, these are the impaled dam. I think they look absolutely amazing in the basement, and the way that the three of them are placed. Looks really cool. Over here, we have more spikes, hanging guys. And in the background here, you see more columns. So what I did here was I made a private room for Leo, which I'll bring you into in a second. But as you can see, I did more of that, organizing them in a way so you can see like scars into the stone, chunks taken out. Up here, I have a little mummy skull, a little trophy, I guess. One of the mummified victims. I like to call this Leo's slice and dice area. What I did was I put 3 blades on the wall, 2 on the ceiling, but I placed them so that they would go in between one another. As you can see when I line up right here, see the blades go between the blades. I'd like for them to add pools of blood to the base items. That would be totally cool. I'd be able to place them down here, make this look more realistic. It would give it more effect. Though you can see blood on the corners here. Unfortunately, there was no way to add it here without ruining my color scheme. Over here we have a boiler, and we have a bunch of the bodies ready to go in the boiler. Put the sink and chopping block here for chopping up the body parts and throwing them in. Over here, this is Leo's private room. You see more bodies hanging from the ceiling, torn cargo nets, spider webs. I'm going to be adding a lot more webs to the base. I'm not done with the webs yet. I'm going to be adding quite a few more. Over here, I decided to give Leo a hobby. I got the idea of this from Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of thing. So what you see here is we have a sewing machine and a mannequin and a skinned body right here. Butcher table and a sink for cleaning the skin, and of course the area for skinning the victim. I thought it was a great addition to the base and Leo's character. Over right here, I gave him you know, a little private desk that he could sit at. As you can see, it has a skull on it, along with one of his two crows that he has for pets. One right here, and one right here. And what's a pet without a name? This is Gothic, and this is Gothica. They're going to be adding a demon worm as base items to the games. So what I did was I purchased this meat right here, and the idea for it is to have it as the food for Leo's demon worm once he gets added to the torture chamber. I kind of want to change the name of the base from Torture Chamber to I don't know. I'm not sure. If anybody has any ideas of what name I could call this besides Torture Chamber, because Torture Chamber, I don't know, stupid maybe. If someone else has a better idea, let me know. Leave a comment for me and tell me what I should call it. So this is Leokraspas cave layer. This torture chamber. I was kind of thinking of calling it something like Death Underworld or Underworld of Death, or I don't know. I'm just not fond of Torture Chamber.